Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been several months since I kind of just abruptly stopped doing the DFS content, but I was kind of just getting my feet wet with it. But now going into the off season, I really want to ramp up doing, redraft, best ball, and then eventually DFS content again. But I want to make this video because on Super Bowl Sunday, it's been a little over a week now, but I won the Fanduel Millie Maker. I came in first out of like 700 in what it says 84,000 people, 817 people. I know the title of this video says, I won $1 million, and technically I did, but I had to split that with 90 people. And so like that's kind of what I'm doing in this video, is kind of breaking down my strategy going into the Super Bowl. And I played on both DraftKings and Fanduel. DraftKings, I did come in second in like the 50-cent tournament, which was like $500, but I won 11,500 on Fanduel. So we'll go ahead and just break down what my strategy was. So right here you can kind of see some of my lineups. We'll go to the actual one that won here. So here you can see, the different entries. I did put, it was a 150 max tournament. I entered 70 lineups into this particular contest. But here's the lineup. So it's Cooper Kupp captain. I told myself basically, if I'm playing Cooper Kupp captain, I'm either going to leave a bunch of salary on the table. So out of the 60,000 FanDuel allows you to use, I was either going to use like $55,000 or less, or I was going to use a crazy low-owned player in that lineup. So the lineup that ended up winning, it used pretty much all the salary. I think I left only 500, which is pretty much everything. But I had Bryson Hopkins, who's normally the third-string tight end for the Rams. And so my thought process on why, so one, Bryson Hopkins is only 5K. So the only way I'm able to get a lineup with Cooper Kupp, Stafford, Mixon, and Higgins is using a player that's either $5,500 or less. And the only player that I actually liked was Bryson Hopkins. I think maybe like Ben Skowronek or someone was in there that was going to be much more popular. These second string tight ends are often used, they're bigger guys, are used in the red zone. And I figured, well, he just catches one lucky touchdown and all these other players go off, like Stafford, Mixon, Higgins, Kupp. Then you might need that super low on play, even if he gets 2 or 3 points. He ended up not scoring a touchdown and getting there on just receptions and reception yards. In this particular game, he was needed. You needed to get these other more expensive guys in the lineup. But I'll show you what I mean. So this lineup that came in, my second best lineup that scored 99.58. If you look at it, it's the same exact lineup, except Mixon's in the captain. And this was a way, like for example, if Mixon would have had a long run at the end of the game and scores a touchdown, if Mixon outscores Cooper Kupp there, then I'm either splitting this 6 figures or possibly $1 million solo. And here's another lineup that is almost the same thing. If Burrow throws T. Higgins a long touch, like a 50-yard touchdown to end the game right there, I'm again probably splitting this with much less people, as T. Higgins is only 3.7% in the MVP, at Cooper Kupp is 26.6%. So it's probably like a 6-figure win. If you noticed, I played a ton of Bryson Hopkins. He's just, when you're competing with 784,000 people, like you basically have to get off the board. You shouldn't be playing these contests if you're gonna split with hundreds or thousands of people. You may as well play just a smaller field contest where you actually have a shot at coming in first and barely splitting with anyone. So that was my strategy for the Super Bowl, and it ended up paying off. I went heavy on Bryson Hopkins, left a lot of salary on the table in lineups that I did not have Bryson Hopkins, and it just so happened that the Bryson Hopkins lineups got there. But I really want to do a lot more of this type of content where you can kind of really break down the strategy of Showdown on DraftKings and the MVP thing on FanDuel. just because there is so much strategy that goes into it. I know you have to get a little bit lucky, which, you know, that's pretty much with anything DFS related. But I think there's way more strategy than people do realize. So like I said at the beginning of the video, moving forward, I do want to do, you know, there'll be kind of a little bit of a hiatus again because there's not really anything NFL related going on besides the draft in a few months. But going into the summer and forward, I really plan on posting a lot of content. Like I said, best ball, redraft, and then of course DFS, which is my main thing. But you know, it was great to end the NFL season on a high note, taking down, I think, like one of the biggest tournaments of the entire DFS season. So that was awesome. But that's going to wrap up this NFL season. Thank you guys for watching the several videos that I did make as I launched this channel this past year. And I plan on really ramping things up in the off season. So hopefully you guys tune in then. If you could please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, it helps out the channel a ton. And I will see you in a few months.